Well, I don't know what happened, and I don't know what's happening now. If you're watching this on replay, we just got sort of kicked off, and I've had to restart the stream. So I hope that I'm going to recapture. Hi, Carol. I don't know what happened there. Hi, MJ. Yeah, it just, the whole thing just stopped and kicked me out. Literally the whole YouTube just stopped working. Yeah, it just kicked me off. Probably because I was talking about political things. You never know. I can't even remember what I was saying now.
You were saying that politicians are doing nothing to stop exorbitant prices and they kicked you off.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was something I said. Maybe they're watching me. Well, I don't care. They can watch me. I'm not doing anything illegal. So, yeah, what else has been going on this week? It's been a week of cookery as well. Cookery experimentation, which I've been very much enjoying. Hi, Courtney. Fantastic. Well done. Yeah, it's been as usual, it's been a busy week and there's always something happening. And I've been taking the time. Thanks, Carol. Hi, Tony. Yeah, I've been doing experimentation mainly with pastry this week. Trying to do a gluten-free vegan pastry. Thank you, Emma. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Yeah, so I've been experimenting and I've had a couple of failures because I wanted to develop a gluten-free vegan pastry that was thin enough to roll out so it's not too stodgy. And today, I think I've cracked it. Because also, the other point that I wanted to make was I wanted to use stuff that we've got in, because there are lots of things you can buy to add to gram flour, which is chickpea flour. But I thought, no, I don't want to be buying, lots of other things. And I had a look in the cupboard and we had a packet of gluten-free bread flour, which is made from tapioca, rice, and potato flour. And I thought, well, that's going to be fairly strong flour. So I'm going to try mixing it with gram flour and adding olive oil and some water to see how that works. So thank you, Sylvia. Glad you enjoyed them. So I did that. And today, fingers crossed, I came up with a recipe that seems to work. So I'm going to be bringing that to you in the next couple of weeks and trying some pasties. So I want to try cheese and onion pasties with no cheese because I'm really enjoying using the nutritional yeast to cook with. That to me is a revelation, it really is. Being a cheese lover and somebody who really wants to cut down cheese use because it's so high in fat, it's a real winner as far as I'm concerned. So I'm looking forward to bringing that to you. There will be another cookery video scheduled for next Thursday. That's all in the bag now. So I'm looking forward to bringing you that as well. So yeah, it's been a sort of full-on cookery week, really. Oh, lovely, Ange. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, we've been enjoying the recipes as well. And certainly Paul has, because it's meant he's not had to do any cooking. And again, we're having leftovers tonight. So that's good. Makes it all much easier. Hi there, Sherry. Thank you, Sally. I'm enjoying doing them. I mean, somebody said the other day that it must be quite a bit of a faff. And it is. It is. Doing cookery videos are not really the same as putting something together of an evening. So, you know, when you're putting a dish together, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, chop as you go, chop and throw, which is what I generally do, chop and throw it in the pan. You're not, putting everything into pretty bowls and making sure it's all weighed and that you know the amounts. I don't normally cook like that. So yes, it is time consuming, but it's a case of getting into a routine. So I think I've sort of established my routine, and I also clear up as I go as well. So it's not a massive bomb site when you've made something, I try to wash up as I go and put some things in the dishwasher, some things I wash up, all of that. Well, Anna, yes, I believe there are some good vegan cheeses, but they still contain fats. And that's the thing that we have to look out for. So, I'm just trying to also use what we've got without purchasing other things. And that's the key thing, For example, I could bake with butter and regular flour, but butter is high in fat, and we've always got olive oil, good quality olive oil in stock. We've usually got plenty of different flours, bread flours, gluten-free flours, gram flour. So I'm using what we've got, Yeah, Nancy, I mean, a lot of people increasingly so do have food sensitivities. I think I'm a little bit sensitive to wheat because I do tend to bloat a little bit. And we're also trying to reduce our bread intake too. So it's just being mindful of not really wanting to eat all of the things we used to eat all of the time, because, as you get older, you've got to pay attention to weight gain. I'm certainly not as active as I was. So, it's just being mindful of those things, paying attention to it. I'm a chocolate addict. I could eat chocolate multiple times a day, every day of the week. I really could. But I don't, because it's not great, because it's full of sugar and fat and all of that. And I have that type of personality that is slightly addictive, So it's just being mindful of these things, paying attention to how you feel, paying attention to your body, just being good and being disciplined, checking yourself. So I'm sort of thinking about all of those things, how I can still enjoy luscious food, which doesn't have as many calories, which doesn't have as a high concentration of fat in it. So I can actually eat more of those things because they're not as bad, Frozen garlic blocks. Did you get them from Lidl, Paul?
No.
Where did you get them from?
Morrison's
we got them from. Oh, Sally, don't get me started on walnut whips. Now, I'm going to tell you a story here. It might put you off. But I bought a walnut whip many, many years ago, and there was something in the packet. Yeah, I threw it away sharpish. And it put me off for years until I think somebody bought me a pack of walnut whips at work. I think they were coffee ones. Suffice to say, they didn't hang around very long. Hello there, Rachel. So yeah, the frozen garlic blocks are great. Absolutely great. I don't know about you, but peeling garlic and chopping garlic is a pain in the backside. And I don't like those garlic presses because all the garlic gets caught inside and it just takes forever to get it out and then to clean it. Oh. I know, MJ, first dates, now walnut whips. It was many, many years ago. Many years ago. I'm sure we eat plenty of things that have things that we don't know about included. I mean, isn't it a thing that a certain percentage of insect parts is allowed?
2%.
Isn't it 2%? Yeah. Do I get withdrawal from the rat race? No. Hello there, Robert. No, I don't miss work at all because we're generally pretty busy people. You know, it's very rare. I mean, look, the good thing about not working is you can kind of take a break at any point and decide just to sit and have a coffee and take some time out. And I do that because I think it's important to reflect, especially when you're being creative. When I'm sat down here, generally here, having a coffee and a think, I've got my notebook and anything that comes into my mind, I write it down. When I was at work, I took an hour for lunch and that was the only break I took. So I felt a lot more frazzled and tired than I do now. So no, I don't miss it at all. I don't have any withdrawal at all. But funnily enough, Nancy, when I did do that short stint of working from home during the pandemic, I really didn't enjoy it at all. Well, that's right, Caroline. Cochineal was red food colouring for many, many years, made from crushed beetles. Absolutely. No, Rachel, I've never tried fermented garlic. What's it used for? Hello, Betty Woo. Yeah, it's just frozen minced garlic, basically, and just very convenient to chuck into a dish. Really good. Yes, Angela, I think it's important to be aware of our bodies and to also be kind to ourselves as well. Because I know that, and I know this from experience, that exercise can also be addictive as well. And I think as we get older, we have to pay attention to the joints. And it's not just about joint flexibility, it's about the muscles that surround joints, especially the knees and the legs, you know, because the muscles have got to be strong to support the joint. So, you know, banging on and things like too much running on hard surfaces can be terrible for the body. Becky is fine. She's been fairly quiet this week. In fact, I said to Paul earlier, I need to get some washing done tomorrow because I've been doing other stuff. So I try to mix things up in my week. So obviously I've got video making, cookery experiments, and the usual things that I need to do, the dusting, the vacuuming, tidying around. I try not to be too, what's the word? Too maniac about things, you know?
You're a maniac about pastry.
Well, yeah, but that's been important. Developing the pastry has been important because it leads to video making. And also leads to being helpful for people who are gluten intolerant and vegan. So, you know, those things are helpful things. And it's paid off, Paul. I think you'll find. Yeah. So I try to mix things up, which means I don't get too bored or overwhelmed with one set of things. So cookbook, yeah, it's kind of on my list of things to explore. Putting a book together is not easy. It's a lot of work and a lot of testing, a lot of photography, a lot of writing. And you also have to decide on how you want to publish it, because self-publishing is a thing these days, but you still have to lay out. It still costs to do it. Sorry, I'm just checking the comments that I've not missed anything. Yeah, so, you know, there's lots of things that we could do, but we try not to put too much pressure on ourselves because, you know, for example, we've been doing YouTube for a number of years and it's quite a, what's the word? You have to be fairly disciplined with it. You know, you've got to publish regularly, and we are doing that now. It's quite a bit of work. And if you miss putting out a video, you pay the price in terms of losing out on money. So it's a real balance. At some point, we would love to do some kind of cookbook, but we've got to balance the cost of the time that it takes to do that, because I don't have any income now, you know? So it's important to earn as much money as we can on YouTube and to make sure we build it up as much as we can do. And we're trying our best at the moment. It's certainly working in terms of the number of views we're getting, but it's certainly not translating into money. It really isn't. Hey, but that's the way it is. Hi, Rebecca. So yeah, it's Courtney, super chats. Yeah, we've looked at super chats, and we've also looked at channel membership. It's something that we're just exploring. It's really difficult when talking about earning money from your viewers. There's lots of things you can do, but we don't really want to reach a stage where it's all getting very extortionate. You know, yeah, we've got to strike a balance, you know. Our fans are very generous already. And, you know, we are so grateful for that. You know, we really are. It's, yeah. So, yes, we're aware of the options. Let's put it that way. And I think it's a case of sort of rolling things out over time. We want to sort of just keep concentrating on getting regular videos out, like I just said, especially the cookery ones, and just building up the catalogue, because in the past, building up a catalogue of varied videos has stood us in good stead, because a lot of those videos are still being watched by people. It may not necessarily translate into higher subscribers and higher money, but it keeps the views buoyant. So we're sort of earning this core amount of money each month, which goes towards paying some of our bills, which is really why we're doing it, you know. Plus, we do enjoy it. Yeah. So it's all good. You're very welcome, Cindy. Thank you. So yeah, what else has been going on this week? I'm trying to reflect. Weather's been good. Cookery's been on the go. What else have I done? Have I indeed done anything else this week? He says, tripping over his words. Still got a little bit of that cough, Paul, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it's tiny.
Yeah, almost gone. So Super Chat, Caroline, is where people can purchase a highlighted chat, a highlighted comment in a chat that they pay for, and it highlights your comment, so attention is drawn to it. Yeah. Yeah, I believe there is quite a lot of smoke in the air around the Hayes area. I don't think it's kind of reached us, although it's looking very murky. Oh, how funny, Derek. Sis, it's Hayes. So Hayes is sort of, let me think. It's that way. So it's sort of west of Oz. Okay, Veronica, we did do the read along a while back, but it didn't really take off because I'm not a big reader. I'm doing too many other things, and reading is not one of the things that I do. Yeah. I mean, look, I think we need to settle into what we're doing now, because I think we're providing quite a lot of content. And I just feel as though we need to spend the next couple of months just settling into a rhythm. There will be a few random videos. I've got a few random ideas.
Random chat.
No, I'm not doing random chat, Paul. But sort of random subjects that I make a list of. But look, it's time. You have to think about time. Everything takes time. Cookery videos take time, you know. Random subjects take time. You've got to set it up, you've got to film it, you've got to edit it. You know, it's very easy to say, oh, I'll do a video on this, I'll do a video on this. But it all takes time. You know, that's the thing you've got to realize. And you know, sometimes you want different angles, you want to film something from a different point of view. That takes time to set it up, make sure it's lit properly, you know. And then, of course, if you do things casually on the phone, you get accused of not providing quality content, you know, things like that. Hi there, Malcolm. So there's so many things to consider when you're a content creator. And when you're not a sensational content creator, you're not going for that sensational thing, you're going for that normal everyday life vlog type thing. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's harder, you know. I don't even know how I'd begin to do something sensational, because it wouldn't feel real. No, I can't go on, Paul. Hi there, Lucy. Hi there, Nancy. Yeah, content creation. I mean, I've said it before. It's all very, very weird. It really is, you know. I mean, you've got all these people talking to video, making videos, filming stuff, and you've got all these people watching. It's odd, isn't it, if you really think about it, if you really dissect it. But the bottom line is you make the choice to be a creator and you just start sharing your life and people are interested. Sally, I do watch YouTube. I tend to watch documentaries. I kind of quite like a bit of science, a bit of space, UFO stuff, medieval stuff. Yeah, that's what I tend to watch. I'm fascinated by things like that. I don't spend a huge amount of time. I do watch reels as well. I'm a bit addicted to reels on Instagram. Yeah. Oh, Rebecca, I mean, yeah, we've got rain this evening. It's forecasting light rain, light showers. I wish it would because the ground is dry. I was going to say something rude then, but I'm not going to.
That's a dry thing.
Dry as a dry thing, yeah. Yeah, YouTube. I think YouTube is fantastic in many, many ways, but also there is a lot of toxic stuff out there as well that you sort of come across occasionally and you think, what on earth are these people talking about? You know, just bizarre subjects, and I don't really understand. Karen, you've put your onions in. Malcolm, 2 days of summer, well, 2 days of spring weather finished now, but hopefully the temperatures will stay buoyant. I do love that word, buoyant. Buoyant.
Buoyant.
Yeah, you do know my trick with anything beginning with B. Put an before it, and it sounds even better. Bottom. Buoyant. What else? Brassicas. See? Sounds so much better. Okay, just catching up. It's always moist in Wales. Well, yeah, it is. We know that. We have experience of that. Yeah, well, Lucy, that's the thing, isn't it? As the atmosphere warms up, there's going to be more of that. Yeah, Betty Woo, I don't tend to look at Facebook at all. I tend to go straight to Planet Vegetarian. That's it. Yeah, Sally, I've noticed that the Royal Mail have got plenty of new sets of stamps, but they're also expensive. I mean, how much is it for a stamp now? It's crazy. Crazy prices. Bollocks. Yeah. I don't know whether our winter was drier than usual.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Sarah, it does. Anything that has adverts on it, and I think most of our videos should have adverts, will help, absolutely. We need to get a balance, just to go back to that subject, we need to get a balance of more subscribers, more views, and more adverts, basically. It just all needs to go up, but be balanced so we don't become one of those impersonal channels. I'd really like to sort of get to 15,000 subscribers in the next year. That's what I'd really like to do. But at our rate of growth, that is probably impossible. The hanging behind my head, Robert, it's a hanging called, it's a tapestry, and it is called Ironwork, and I can't remember the artist's name. But yes, I bought it many years ago. Oh, Nettie, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry for your loss. That's horrible. Hi there, Anne. Nice to see you. Rebecca, you want me to say bollocks again? Bollocks. There you go. Next time that'll cost you.
Put it on the t-shirt.
Oh, you know, Nancy, we wouldn't expect anybody to watch a 5-minute advert. I mean, that is ridiculous. I think it's, how many seconds do they say?
31.
31. Why 31?
Because that's when the buyer of the advert gets invoiced to pay for it.
Oh, right. So apparently it's 31 seconds that you need to watch.
31 seconds or less if it's
Oh, Paul,
full
don't
advert.
confuse matters, Paul.
Well, if the advert's only 10 seconds, you can only watch the advert.
I'm not an algorithm. I don't understand those things. I'm not an artificial intelligence. Although some people would beg to differ. You've got no club tonight. Oh, until further notice, Anne. Oh, why is that? Oh, okay. And remember, Anne, give me a call if you need to. It's no problem. I've said that before. Well, Rebecca, yeah, I can be quite fun when the mood takes me. I can also be very sweary as well, but I try not to do that here because YouTube doesn't like that. Yeah. YouTube is a bit, you have to declare everything these days. If you swear in a video, you've got to declare it. You've got to say whether it's suitable for advertisers. Yeah. Otherwise, the swearing police will get you. I spend most of my time swearing, actually. Yeah, you know what, Betty Woo, we appreciate that. We really do. And, you know, we're very grateful to have supporters on our coffee page. It's just incredible how generous people are. And it does make us feel valued. It really does. And you know, it's that sort of exchange, isn't it? You know, we hope to provide some reasonable entertainment for people and company for people as well. And I think that's a key issue. There are lots of people who enjoy videos, especially live videos, because it is, you know, it's that warmth, it's that connection. We're real people. Behind the camera, you know, and yeah, that's what we enjoy as well, that connection to our community that we've built up from scratch with a little help from other people in terms of other YouTubers, you know, and we certainly helped a few YouTubers as well. We all sort of grew up together. But now we're just trying to do it on our own merit and, you know, keep on pushing forward. Well, I think tits and bombs is okay. It's very mild swearing. Well, you know what they say about people who swear? They're very intelligent. Don't say anything, Paul. I can just see your mind ticking over. Well, I'd love to, Rebecca, but like I say, YouTube doesn't like that. It restricts your adverts if you swear. Lucy, no, we weren't affected by the power outage in Hayes. It's a little way from Oz. Yeah. Oh, today's Down Syndrome Day. Okay. I didn't know that. Oh, pardon me. Well, Nancy, we do try to be fairly real as I can be without swearing like a trooper. I don't know. Maybe that's why we've not done as well. I don't know. But I mean, I do a little bit of performance, you know. I mean, I do push it a little bit sometimes for a laugh, but that's who I actually am. I've always been, I don't know where it stems from. I think when we were kids with my sisters, I was always the one sort of leading the play. You know, we're going to play this today. We're going to do this. We're going to put on a show. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. And you say this now, and I'll say this. And I was always like that. And at school, I was the class clown. When I discovered that I had an audience who were quite willing to laugh at me, I kind of enjoyed that. So I enjoy having an audience. I wanted to be an actor. That never happened. I did do a little bit of drama training, speech and drama. I did Guildhall. I did drama O-level at school. I did the Cheshire Drama course, which was quite a famous drama course at the time. And I also did public speaking competitions. So I've always had that desire to show off. But I think people can hide behind that sometimes, and I don't always think that's helpful. Just having a look. No Ziploc, we couldn't see it from here. Coffee bot, what's that? What's that, Paul? And we've just received a new donation from Courtney. Thank you. I've never seen, is this something new, Paul? How have you made that happen?
Courtney made it happen.
Oh, Courtney made it happen. Wow, amazing. Oh, and a new, oh, wow. Wow, this is something new to me. Oh, Lucy, you like the Christmas wrapping video. I wish I'd have been more experienced when I made that video because the sound wasn't very good. It was when I was a YouTube baby. Yeah. We need to hear Richard read us some Shakespeare. I wish I could remember any. I did one Shakespeare piece for an audition many, many years ago, and it was the boy's speech from Henry V. In actual fact, I read it a couple of weeks ago and thought, God, I can't even begin to remember that now. This is one of the issues as you get older, remembering stuff. That's why we never script anything, because unless I've got an idiot board in front of me with everything written out, I can't remember it, you know? It's really hard. So I tend to work off the cuff all the time. But even saying that, I don't think I could do something like stand-up. I think that would be far too challenging. I'm quite comfortable to do this because I've been now doing it for years and years. So, and I can talk till the cows come home. Not that I do. I'm actually a fairly quiet person to be with. But this is a specific reason. So it's me holding this together. If I stop talking, it fails, doesn't it? But I'm certainly
Oh, I
thinking.
thought you were putting that to the test then.
You thought I was going to just stop saying something
Yeah,
to see what
yeah.
happened.
I was going to come in with Sunday chat.
I'm also not afraid of silence either. Silence is very powerful sometimes. And silence is also very powerful for our videos because YouTube can put an ad break in.
Yeah.
There we are. I was going to say something, but you've put me off my thread now, Paul. What I am thinking about doing, and I've taken up what people have said about doing audiobooks and things like that. I am considering doing some reading a book. It would have to be out of print. It would have not out of print. It would have to be out of copyright, and it would also have to be a certain number of years old to be out of copyright. So, but I am looking at that. It's on my list of things to do. The list is getting longer and longer and longer. At this rate, I'll never complete the list. But we're striving. We're striving forwards. I'm not getting any new comments at all. Have the comments stopped?
No.
Why am I not getting any new comments, Paul?
Refresh your thing.
I am doing. Sorry, I've missed a few things. I'm glad you're enjoying those, Nancy. A YouTube baby as opposed to a Tudor baby, absolutely. Bus station blues. Well, like I said before, I have the ability to stand up in front of an audience. Excuse me, my nose is running. Because I did training and I did public speaking. So I don't have any fear of that at all. Not a problem. I've trained large groups of people. We're talking 30, 40 people in a room or in a venue. So I don't have a problem with that at all. It's remembering the script that I would have a problem with at this age now. Hello, Debbie Ann. Betty Woo. That's funny.
About the menopausal women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Sally. Hello, Gigi Wildlife. Well, it wouldn't be on Audible Ziploc because mere mortals like myself, nobodies, would find it very hard to break into that industry. So it would have to be something that I do on our channel. How about reading some classics? Well, yes, Mary, that is what I would look at. And I would probably start with something that I know well. Can I still stay live till bedtime, Karen? No. Well, I don't know what it is about public speaking. I do remember being nervous when I was younger. But it was all about the different elements, you know, like remembering to breathe, remembering to spot a certain place to take yourself back to in the room with your eyes, making connections with certain people in the audience, all of that kind of thing, relying on when you do public speaking, it used to be 3 of you on stage. So you'd have a chair, a vote of thanks, and who was the other one? Chair, vote of thanks, and the speaker. Yeah, that's what you'd have. And you'd work together to support each other, very much like you do when you're doing a play. I mean, I've done a few plays as well, you know. I used to be able to learn lines. I haven't tried for a while. So when you build up experience when you're younger, you you lose that fear. And it's the same when you're training, because you're there to support those people and you're there to get a buy-in from them, you know. Like an audience, when an audience pays to go and see a play, you have an automatic buy-in from the audience. The audience is there to enjoy themselves, and they're there to be taken on a journey by the performer. If the performer doesn't deliver, that's when you lose. And it has happened to me once. I was in a band many, many years ago. It was a rock band. And we were doing some of these sort of late 70s, early 80s rock songs. I'm trying to think what they were now, but and the audience weren't expecting that. And even though we were performing them well, they didn't want that. They wanted karaoke and Kylie Minogue, basically. And we were paid off and had to leave pretty sharpish. So when you're in that kind of situation, it feels terrible, absolutely terrible. But that's the only time I've been in that situation. Yeah, we did do a video on that, Karen, but we met in the West End when we were both working in the West End. Hi, Andy. Yeah, I'm sorry, you'll all have to pay if you want that again. I'm joking, I'm joking. You've totally forgotten how to read fiction. It's interesting, Betty Wu, because I prefer sort of textbooks now. And I've got quite a few textbooks that I read, and I love things on mythology, the universe, all of that kind of stuff, history, the kings and queens of Britain. I love all of that kind of thing. It totally fascinates me because it sparks my imagination. Yeah. Okay, so we're on 48 minutes, so we're well over time now, people. I've just been chatting away. Can't help myself. So it's raining in Herefordshire, Sally. Now, Nettie, it's interesting. I've read a couple of biographies and a couple of autobiographies. Yeah, I kind of found them sort of quite hard going. It's interesting, isn't it? Carol, so how do we earn a living? Well, we earn some money from our YouTube channel. Other than that, I don't currently have an income at all. So that's why we're trying to grow the channel steadily to earn more money. And of course, we do also have our coffee supporters page and rely on our generous supporters. Yeah, so, but Paul works, so he has a small income. We live on very little. Yeah. We don't have a big income. I've got a few savings that I will have to draw on. But yeah, that's the way we're rolling. We've always been not, I can't say frugal, but we've always been careful. There was one stage in our lives where we were quite frivolous. About 20 years ago, when we first moved in here, we were still having lots of parties and dinner parties, and Friday night was champagne night. But, you know, over the years, we've both got a couple of health issues that we've had to take care of by being more careful. I don't drink anymore. I have maybe a tiny amount of alcohol per month, maybe half a glass of red wine. We both, as I say, have got health issues, so we have to cut down on fats and eat as healthily as we can. We eat a lot of vegetables. We're just being very, very careful now, and very minimal with our spending. We live on leftovers very often. We'll make a big meal and then it will last for 2 or 3 different meals. That's it. We're just being very, very careful. Hi there, Kathy. Yeah, Paul's on the sofa across from me. But I think we have to be frugal now. This is the thing. We've all been pushed into a corner in the UK. Unless you are a big earner, well, even big earners, everybody's having to be careful because everything is so expensive, you know? I think we're one of the most expensive countries to live in now. And it's all going up in April again. Water, electricity, gas, council tax, everything is going up. 7 o'clock? Wow. It's nearly been an hour, guys. We're going to have to eat. And again, we're having leftovers tonight. Well, the UK is really, it's not what it used to be. Thank you for your donation, Nettie. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's getting increasingly hard for a lot of people. It really is. Thank you, Rebecca. My washing machine loves her new name too. Does anybody else name things? Our car is called Fenella. Yeah. So tonight is chili, and it's the 3rd meal, isn't it? Or was it the 4th?
4th.
Yeah, because I did those.
Shepherd's pie.
No, don't say what it is, Paul. That's my cookery video coming out next week. Paul's just given away the name of my cookery video. It's meant to be a surprise for everybody. Paul. Okay, Linda. Well, with our chili, we tend to have rice and a salad. That's what we tend to have. Yeah. So we're going to tie up now. I'm going to start saying goodbye. Get you... Oh, picky bits, Angela. Yeah, I love a picky bits meal. Yeah, oh yeah, lovely. You've just named your caravan Wonder, Debbie Ann. Yeah, I think it's good to name inanimate objects. As long as you don't fall in love with them like that guy did. Do you remember that guy who fell in love with his car? Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that was a bit perverted, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. We'll see you for Sunday chat. Bye, Caroline. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me and spending your valuable time with me for this little chat along. Trinity. I love that name. Oh, you're getting your goodbyes in quickly. They're flying past. Ta-ra, Kevin. Ta-ra. You're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. A bientôt, Betty Woo. Bye, Sally. That's funny, Karen. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to put the phone down first. I am. Take care. Thank you. Love you all.
Sunday chat.
Yeah, all right, Paul. Don't overdo it because, yeah. Bye, everybody. Take care. Toodle pip. Au revoir.